Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to a commentary playthrough of Uncharted 2 Among Thieves by yours truly, Dansgo8. And well, this time last week I finished the first game, and my plan was to kind of jump straight into Uncharted 2, but my PS3 died, so I had to kind of take a little break, sort my shit out, and I'm back, hopefully, and as long as this PS3 doesn't die, I should be okay to finish this series. So yeah, if you watch my playthrough of Uncharted 1, you'll realise that I did enjoy that game. I always have. It was pretty much my second playthrough. But there were a few kind of gripes with the mechanics and that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty sure that Uncharted 2 ironed out a lot of those issues. And as far as I remember, it was the peak of the Uncharted series for me anyway. I mean, 3 was very good as well, but I like 2 the best, kind of looking back on it retrospectively. And also, part of it actually takes place in Istanbul, which is both of my parents' hometown, so that should be pretty cool as well. Okay, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Should hopefully be a good playthrough. And as usual, I'm going to try and get through it as quickly as possible, as much as work would permit me to do so. And hopefully you should be able to enjoy this one. This really was a fantastic game. Much, much better than the first.
What's going on? That's my blood. That's my blood. It's a lot of my blood. Oh, God.
And we're off. It was a rock and a hard place. It was a pretty quick start. And Naughty Dog are letting you know straight off the bat that this is not going to be like the first game. Well, some things are the same, Drake is still the same old Drake. Although it's hard to tell, immediately whether this is a prequel or a sequel. You don't know where it's set in time. Whoa. Shit. I mean, I would hazard a guess and say Drake looks older, but I mean, I'm not sure. It's guaranteed at the moment. And we kind of join the story already, kind of midway through. Obviously, some shit's gone down, and Nate is not in good shape. But that's not gonna stop him from climbing a suspended train thousands of feet in the sky. But I mean, also the surroundings are very different. I don't think we saw any snow type situations or mountains or anything like that in the first game. So I think one of my criticisms of the first game was just that, the fact that some of the areas were quite samey, but this is definitely gonna this is definitely gonna improve things in that regard. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I mean, I remember the start of this game very well. It's a great way to kick things off. It's quite disorientating, kind of climbing up a train hanging off the edge of a mountain, I have to say. Okay, great. You see, I hate it when that happens. Ugh. I don't remember having as many kind of, jumping related issues with this one, but I'm sure it's still going to happen from time to time. Which way am I going? So yeah, I always say this just in case, this is your first Dansgo8 playthrough. the way I tend to do things, I tend to focus on the story and not get too bogged down with, you know, collecting stuff. Yeah, this is one of those games that has a lot of collectibles, so I'm not going to get too involved with those. Just kind of pick up whatever I can along the way. And obviously, you know, I don't talk during the cutscenes and that kind of stuff as well, so you guys can get the full story experience. And you know, that's about it. The rest you're going to find out as you watch. You know, things like I tend to like to use the pistol. I try to get headshots. That sometimes works well, sometimes doesn't. Stuff like that. Shit. Am I too late?
Buy me a drink, sailor.
Harry Flynn? Hey! What the hell are you doing here?
I'm looking for you, mate.
Uh-oh. Should I be flattered or worried?
Maybe a bit of both. Come here. I've got a job for us.
Really?
The client is willing to part with a huge sum of cash if we acquire a certain object for him.
All right, I'm listening.
Now, you're not gonna like this.
Oh, no. No, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, you just hear me out for a
No,
second.
Flynn, we both know two people who were killed trying to lift something out of this place.
And one who made it out.
Yeah, barely.
I can't do this without you, Drake. You're the only one who's cracked it, and you know better than anyone it's a two-person job.
No. Three, actually.
Right. And speak of the devil, here she comes now.
What?
Chloe Fraser.
Nate. Drake. Nathan. Drake.
Hello, Harry.
Chloe here's one of the best drivers in the business. She'll take good care of us.
I bet.
Right, look. I've got it all figured out. We go in through the sewer.
Loving it so far.
That puts us in the courtyard. From there, we scale up the wall, run across the rooftops, and just drop down into the exhibit hall. Bob's your uncle. And what is worth all this trouble, I hear you ask?
I didn't, but go ahead. But that's it. An oil lamp.
Yeah.
It's worthless. I don't get it.
Neither do we. That's why we tracked you down.
Well, it sounds like you're working for a nutcase. Some collector who's got too much time and money on his hands. And by the way, this is not worth any of it.
But there's more. How's your 13th century Latin, mate?
Where'd you get this?
Borrowed it from the files of the nutcase.
In Trebizond, we were set upon by thieves. Father, Maffeo, and I were robbed of our greatest treasures. This was written by Marco Polo.
Yes, that much we were able to work out.
Unfortunately, the rest of it's nonsense.
Hey, hold on. So that it should not fall into the wrong hands, I concealed my great sorrow in the unlikeliest place. The light of the great Khan shelters the fate of the 13.
See what I mean? It's just gibberish.
He's talking about the lost fleet.
Yeah.
I don't know, someone want to fill me in?
Marco Polo leaves China with 600 passengers and 14 ships loaded down with treasure from Kublai Khan. And he lands in Persia a year and a half later with only one ship left and only 18 passengers. Now, he recorded every detail of his journey, but he never told what happened to all those ships and the passengers.
So somewhere out there are 13 ships loaded with the Emperor's treasure waiting to be found.
Yeah, and that is what your client is after. Hey, look at this lamp. It's covered in Mongolian script. It must have been a gift from Kublai Khan.
The light of the great Khan shelters the fate of the 13.
Marco Polo hid something inside this lamp. Something that pinpoints the site of the lost fleet.
So, we're dicking this guy over, right?
Damn straight.
Absolutely. You in then?
What the hell? I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Alright, so there we have it. And already I can see a treasure there. Okay, first treasure already. That was quick. I think... Oh shit, there's 100 this time. Yeah, there was 60 and I managed to get like 16 of 60. So by that we should be getting about 25, 30 max. But it seems like through the medium of flashbacks we're going to be getting the story up until this point. So let's proceed. And already, oh shit, you can see that we're onto something big. I've always thought the voice acting was top notch in this game. Harry, the English guy especially, he really does sound good. He looks a little bit like a young kind of Ralph Fiennes actually. If you don't know who Ralph Fiennes is, you can search him on Google, but for some of you Harry Potter fans, he's Voldemort. But yeah, he's been a shitload of great movies. Oh. Okay. Straight in. Right. So it's looking very similar to the first game so far, just looks better, and obviously we're in a different setting. But we'll see once we actually start the gunplay how things have changed.
Of course it's locked. It's always locked.
Still, of course, have the witty remarks from Drake. You know, that's a unchanging factor in this game. He does make for a brilliant protagonist, I have to say. Okay. Oh shit.
Alive!
Whoa.
Karma's a bitch.
Did I do that? I'm not sure if I shot some kind of explosive barrel there. Let me... actually, shit, I need to turn the subtitles on. Sorry, my bad. I'm going to drop the sensitivity again like I did last time. It seemed to work better for me. And as long as, you know, the aiming and the mechanics are on point, I shouldn't be too bad. Because I haven't played for a week, it'll take me like a little while to get the radar going, but it should be okay. So yeah, there are some bad guys here, and they look like they want to keep... You know, it looks like they already know what's going on with Drake, so... I guess it'll take a little while before we find out just who these bad guys are. Oh shit. That looks like a big jump for a guy who's badly injured. But this is Drake. He can do it all. Okay. Wow. Flashback?
Hello. Well, so much for foreplay.
You mind telling me what the hell is going on?
You mean with Flynn?
Yeah, you might have warned me.
And missed the look on your face? Anyway, you haven't exactly made yourself easy to find.
Talk about making yourself easy.
Oh, you're not jealous. Let's not forget who walked out on whom. After all, you don't get to be jealous.
Wait a minute, Chloe.
If it makes you feel any better, my relationship with Flynn is strictly professional.
Really?
Mostly professional.
Oh.
When I figured out he was actually on to something, I thought you'd want to be in on the action.
So what's the plan?
Just like we said, we pull the heist, we find the ships, and we make off with the treasure.
With Flynn?
Mm-hmm.
And then?
And then we split the take 3 ways, and you and I just disappear. Together, this time.
I see.
Until then, he can't know about us.
He's gonna be pissed.
He's gonna be fine. Trust me.
Interesting. So obviously him and Chloe have a bit of history. And obviously they worked together on a job that probably didn't end too well. Alright, just had a quick interruption there. Should hopefully be minimal from here on out. Okay, that's a big jump. Oh yeah. This is one hell of a train wreck, I have to say. But yeah, it's been at least a good 3 years since I played this game. So to be honest, I don't really remember too much of what happens again. Same with, well, the first game's even worse, but this one, I remember more than I did for the first one, but still not. This guy's taken a serious battering already. What is that?
Sure you're up for this? Feel a lot better if I had a gun. We won't need them. A little insurance, that's all.
Flynn, they're just museum guards. And we have their patrols all mapped out. Relax.
Relax. Relax. Have you ever been in a Turkish prison, mate? If we get caught, they will lock us up and throw away the sodding key. You do realize that, don't you?
Better than you do.
Well, you may fancy that kind of thing, but I don't. Can't afford to make any mistakes.
Yeah, and we won't.
We're here.
This way. So what do we do if they switch the patrols?
Figure it out as we go.
We cannot fumble our way through this.
I don't fumble, I improvise.
Oh, is that what you call it?
Yeah, I'm adaptable.
Adaptable.
You cocky bastard. There. What did I tell you? That passage there is going to take us right under the museum.
You called it all right.
You need to have a little more faith in me, chum.
Okay, this one here is me.
All right, remember, that tower is our only way into the exhibit. But we can't even get close with those floodlights on.
We've gone over this.
Just make sure you cut the power by the time we reach the second courtyard.
The lights will be out. I'll have the van waiting at the rendezvous point. Just make sure you get your asses out of there in time.
Fair enough.
All right, enough chat. Let's do this.
Chloe. See you on the other side.
Looking forward to it.